Welcome to the most must-see Berkshire League talk show in history. Welcome to The Rundown. I'm Cody Diz. Like the video right now. Smash that like button as hard as you can. Comment what you guys want to see on these videos. Really would appreciate all the content support that you guys have given me over the last, let's see, it's been probably a month now since I started. And subscribe. We definitely could use more subscribers. I'm going to set a subscriber goal for today. Let's do 10 subscribers after this video. So definitely hit that subscribe button. Definitely want to see a lot of support for the YouTube. I noticed that a lot of our Instagram followers don't subscribe to the channel on YouTube. And I can understand because not many people make YouTube accounts. But I definitely would appreciate it if you guys could please smash that subscribe button if you do have an account or if you want to create one. Really appreciate it, guys. But let's get right to it. There are 4 games that we got to cover today. So this should be a good video. And I'm going to analyze every single one. So this should be even better. So let's get right to it. Northwestern went on the road to play Litchfield. This was a really good game as Curtis Blishy starts it off as he drives in and finishes at the rim. And then he gets the pass later on, drives, Euro steps, and finishes. Beautiful finish. Jack Lavoie was able to get open for a three-pointer. And on the other end, Daniel Dyke, he had an incredible finish with the defense all over him. I don't even know how he made that. Harrison Barnes continued to shoot the three-ball well the entire night. And Jake Rodnitsky also had a nice three-pointer with some great ball movement from the Highlanders. And Barnes would continue his shooting night, hit another three. Clay Maloney had a beautiful save and found Jack Lavoie open for the three. Jake Rodnitsky found himself open off a screen to hit a nice three-pointer in the second half. But Litchfield's still fighting as Harrison Barnes hit another three. But Matt Maltby killed that momentum as he went baseline and reversed it. Beautiful finish. Litchfield was unable to come back in this one. Northwestern takes it in a really good game to stay undefeated. So this was a game that was really good the entire way. And Litchfield was fighting throughout the entire game. They were trying to fight to, somehow gain a lead. But Northwestern near the end was just able to push themselves further. And I got to say this right now. Defensively, Northwestern has looked the best out of any team in the Berkshire League. Just because, watching these games, I've watched every single game so far this year. I've gone back to watch every single one, even after the time. And it's insane how quick these guards are when it comes to defending. And Curtis Blishy down low is dominating the post. He is making his presence. He is making it known that you can't go in his paint. And that forces the defenders on the outside to have to, slide over a lot more and have to work harder a lot more because, they're not trying to get inside as often. So that's huge. Jack Lavoie has been really huge on the defensive end. Jake Rodnitsky has always been a good defender. Clay Maloney is a decent... I'm not going to say great defender. He's a good enough defender to me. Matt Maltby down low has been pretty good. That's basically what he's been known for this season is his defense. Hasn't really been talked about too much on here. But I'm sure one of these times he will get his mention. In the video with all the highlights, he definitely had a nice finish, kind of to seal the game. So Matt's doing his thing. This whole team all around, though, they're just doing their jobs. They know their roles. They knew them immediately heading into the season, and this is what's great about this team. They're so communicative. They know how to play with each other. This is a really talented group, too. For Litchfield, I think this is just a tough loss. Northwestern's undefeated, so it's always gonna be tough to dethrone the undefeated teams in the league. But I truly think that Litchfield's still in a good spot, and they're gonna show that in these next couple games. I think heading forward, I think they're a good enough team to be in the top rankings now of the Berkshire League. I was doubting them at the beginning, but this year they're proving themselves. They're gonna do some good work. down the line the rest of the season. And for Northwestern, they're already halfway done with their regular season. That's what's crazy to me. And Hoosie's also done with their first half of the season, but we're getting to them next, so keep watching. There's more to come. The Mountaineers took the road to face the Kangaroos, and Dominic Dow had a really good game as he drove in and got a nice finish. And then Dow managed to drive again, fake out 2 defenders, turn around, and make the fadeaway. He had a good game. Dylan Machulis managed to drive, go through 2 defenders, and gets the air one. Beautiful game from him. Hoosie actually played a great first quarter in this game as Ivan Pascasio hit a buzzer beater. That sat around the rim for a while. Dom Dow drove again and got a tough finish. And then Dylan Machulis had a great scoring night. 29 points for Machulis, 17 for Dow. And Terryville beats the winless Hoosie Mountaineers. So Hoosie was playing a really good first quarter. They didn't make too many mistakes. It was honestly a close battle, and it ended the perfect way with a nice buzzer beater where, buzzer beaters are those times where you go into the next quarter, if it's not the fourth quarter, and you go in and try and just play your best ball. Unfortunately, Hoosie still has a lot of issues to work out, and I think they only scored 2 or 4 points in the second quarter, and that just killed them. Terryville had their way with them. Simple as that. After the first quarter, Terryville went on a huge run, and it never got stopped. I mean, that's Hoosie basketball when it comes to the defensive end. And offensively, Hoosie just wasn't able to score that much anymore after the first quarter. It seemed like they wasted all their energy in that first period, and then it kind of ended. Terryville's playing really well. They're 2-2, so right now you're at an even record. You've only played 4 games, but I believe in this Terryville group. They got a nice group. Sean O'Donnell is a nice 3-and-D player. Dominic Dow has been really nice over the last over the last year or two. Dylan Machulis, the All-BL player that they had last year, he's having another good year. And Jake Rinkovich is hitting his threes when he needs to. He's a good player. This Terryville team is good. They have a good bench unit, too. It's going to be really interesting to see how they go down the line and how they play. For Hoosie, I know they're probably going to be 0-12. I'm just going to say that right now because they can't beat any Berkshire League team. And I feel, I'm not one to hate on a certain team, but this team really has a lot to fix, and they can't get it fixed with 6 games left in the season. It's a short season, so they're kind of just going out there and playing. I think they're playing to lose. This isn't a team that you look at and you say, wow, this team actually is going to get a win or two. This team is not probably going to get any wins this year. So Hoosie, I would just say, just put in your bench units now, or sit your starters for next year, or let them go free and do whatever you want. But Hoosie, I'm not putting my trust in them. Any team in the Berkshire League this year, I think, can easily beat them, no doubt about it. So Hoosie, you lost my trust in you guys. I'm sorry. Let's go to a main event caliber game. Nonnewaug and Thomaston. Chad Suckley started the game with a nice 3-pointer, but after that, it was all Nonnewaug. John Kazaka had a great scoring night with a nice bucket, and then Brendan Burke hit a nice open 3. John Kazaka got through the defense and hit a nice jumper. Ben Conti hit a nice 3. This was one of the best scoring displays that Nonnewaug has had so far this year. Probably the best. Kazaka comes down and hit a nice layup on the finish. And then Kazaka again hits a jumper, this time at the free throw line. Nonnewaug takes down Thomaston in a good game. So this game I thought was going to be a lot closer throughout the entire thing. I thought this was just going to be pure back and forth. between Nonnewaug and Thomaston, but this was just an all-out shooting spree from Nonnewaug. They were playing really well. John Kazaka had another really good game. He's been on another level. He's in consideration for the MVP race 100%. There's a couple guys that have slipped their way into maybe a possible top 3. I don't know. It's a lot for me to think over, but John Kazaka is definitely up there. And against Thomaston it's weird because they started out 3-1, and then they just had 2 straight losses, which has really surprised me because this team is really good. This Thomaston team is not something to play around with. They've just lost on the road, and now they're losing at home to Nonnewaug. This is not good if you're in the middle of the season. If you're having problems halfway through the year, you got to fix them. I don't know what it is for Thomaston to fix. I haven't really found something to fix. Nonnewaug kind of just outshot them and, made their shots a lot better than Thomaston did. But Thomaston, I still believe in. I still think they're a talented group. They're deep. They're talented. They're a great team. I thought they were going to be in the top 2 this year. Now, top 3 or 4, they're going down my rankings, I got to admit. But I believe in this team to bounce back. For Nonnewaug, I think they're going to stay at the top. There's no reason why they shouldn't. There's just so many different teams that can get there. I mean, Northwestern's already there. Litchfield is up there. Shepaug's up there. Nonnewaug's up there. Thomaston I would consider up there. Terryville I would consider a chance to be up there. Like, those are 6 teams that are in huge consideration for doing well, like, near the end. So, Thomaston, Nonnewaug, I don't really know what to say. I think both of you guys are good teams. I just think Nonnewaug got a better game out of last night than Thomaston did.
This was the most surprising game of the night. The Spartans and the Warriors. Mike Paracci started off with a nice pass down low, and Owen Hibbard finishes. That duo is unbelievable. Owen Hibbard ended up scoring again right after. This time hit the fadeaway. Wamogo was playing a really impressive game as an open 3 hits. Charlie Coffey also finding Matt Thompson for the layup. But Shepaug stayed fighting as Owen Hibbard passes his defender, hits a nice jumper. Wamogo started hitting shots as a 3-pointer is hit, but Owen Hibbard sits Matt Thompson down. Hits the 3. Great passing finds Charlie Coffey for the open 3, though, to take the lead that they never gave up. And Wamogo defeats Shepaug in a surprise win.
So Wamogo came into this game off of a win against Hoosie. It was the battle of the winless, so I didn't really think too much of it. I figured Wamogo was going to win anyway, but this was different. This was a different Wamogo team than we've been watching over the last week or 2. Like, this is a legit Wamogo team. This is a team that just beat Shepaug. I did not expect that. I really did not expect it. I mean, Wamogo played really hard. Shepaug it was a really good game throughout the entire thing. And at the end, it just really came down to all the time that Wamogo can take off. They are so good. When it comes down to the final 4 minutes of the game, they are the best team in the Berkshire League and probably around the entire state to me at just taking time off the clock in the final minutes. They don't rush anything unless they need to rush. I mean, in games that they're down bad, they still decide to, take kind of like a slow amount of time. Yeah, they hurry a little bit, but when they're up in a game, even if it's a 2 or 4 point lead, they take their time. That's something you rarely see out of teams right now. Wamogo's really impressed me with the way they manage their time. Over the last couple years that I've seen them play, they do it so well. And that's just great coaching by Greg Hunt. And Charlie Coffey has also been a great leader, I think, where he knows that, to play smart basketball, you got to hold on to that ball, you got to not make mistakes, you got to not turn it over, and you got to not waste or use your time in a poor way. So, Wamogo, you did a great job of holding Shepaug there. For Shepaug, they played a good game, and it just came down to the final minutes. I'm not doubting Shepaug at all one bit. I mean, that was just a tough loss. I think Wamogo, if they have a lead in the fourth quarter, good luck. It's not easy to come back from, most likely. But for Shepaug, this is a really interesting look now. I mean, losing to Wamogo, yeah, it was a really tough game, but I expected Wamogo to get the floor wiped with them. But hey, Shepaug just wasn't able to do it. But I really have confidence in Shepaug. I've had confidence in them since day one. They have a great coach in Matt Lefebvre, and they have great talent on that entire starting lineup. I mean, outside of Owen Hibbert and Mike Paracci, maybe a lot of people don't consider it, but Cole Davenport, Logan Pacific, those two are really good players. I've seen them play to their fullest potential. They are good players, and this Shepaug team is really good, and they're deep. So, I think Shepaug's going to be fine. We'll just have to see where Wamogo goes from here. It's going to be interesting for the amount of momentum that they have now. 2-game win streak and a big win against Shepaug. So, pretty big for Wamogo.
Let's go to the top 5 plays from last night. 4 games, so good enough. Number 5, John Kazaka on the fast break. He's going to plow through the defender and finish at the rim. Beautiful game from Kazaka. Number 4, Daniel Dyke driving in, throws up a crazy hook shot with the D and gets it to fall. Number 3, Dylan Machulis drove through, and he got an and one through on 2 defenders on Hoosie. Terryville ended up winning. Owen Hibbert, Clay Maloney saves the air ball on number 2 from going out, ends up getting Jack Lavoie for the 3, and then number 1, Owen Hibbert sits Matt Thompson down and hits the 3-pointer. And that is your top 5 plays from last night.
That's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have been a great audience over the last couple of weeks. I've been really happy to make these videos and be able to share all the Berkshire League with you if you guys miss any of the games. It's so fun to, do all this recapping and everything and analyze something. Please like the video right now, or you could have liked it earlier in the video, but please smash that like button as hard as you can until you have a giant hole like right here, probably right on your thumb. Comment what you guys want to see else on this channel. I'm trying to add more as much as I can. I haven't really been able to find something that I can add. And I won't be able to unless you guys give me suggestions. So please give me suggestions. And most importantly, subscribe. Let's hit that subscriber goal. 10 new subscribers by today, or by later tonight, heading into tomorrow. Let's just hit 10 subscribers. Let's get 10 new ones. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.